Hello, this is a guide for my Arc Totem Gemling Legionnaire. I'm only on day 2 of this build right now at about 30% power, and this thing slaps. Off screen, auto targeting, low input, one button, no bake, no refrigerate, no flour, no sugar, no gluten, no eggs, no lag. It is visually clean. You can play this thing on a GTX 120 and get decent FPS. In this video, I'll go over all the gear, gems, jewels, and the passive tree, including a slew of crafting guide clips over on my Twitch, /PapofKY, live right now, as well as a full written leveling and endgame guide that I will link below. First off, with a brief overview of the mechanics of the build. We are playing Arc in Spell Totem, and we are abusing the Gemling's quality for Arc, which is projectiles deal % more damage with hits for each remaining chain. In our current amount of chains on Arc, we have 15 chains, which is doubled by Dominus's Grasp for right now 30 chains. That is 30 times 6% more damage, or 180% more damage on our Arc. It is busted. Okay, and then we are using Spell Totem quality as well, which is spells cast by totems have 22% increased cast speed per summoned totem. We summoned 6 totems, so what is that? 6, 122, 3, 132% increased cast speed on our totems. That is insane. Along with that, we are going Archmage, which affects our totems, which is insane, along with the Ancestral Bond Keystone that makes our totems require no charges, but instead charge Spirit, along with nodes like Efficient Inscriptions, which reduces the cost of the totems, and a Body Armor Suffix, which increases the Spirit reservation of our totems as well. So starting off, I'll hover over each piece of gear in case anybody just wants to immediately copy it, and then afterwards I'll go into each piece of gear, talk about how to craft it, as well as gear stat priorities, and how they work together. So enough, we're just using a, medium budget wand craft here. Stats you're looking for is going to be the +5 to level of all lightning spell skills, followed by elemental, spell, or lightning damage, and as extra line is good, as well as the alloy for +1 spell skills and crit chance on your suffix. It'd be nice to have like cast speed or crit damage bonus on there. Just use !wand in Twitch chat for a clip on how to craft this. Next up, I'll go over our helmet here. The most important stats are just going to be the total energy shield value to convert it into mana. Mana is an okay prefix as well. Int is good on a suffix, and just res. I picked this thing up for a couple divines, no craft here. But the most important thing is to be the Kurgal's Gaze socketed into here, with increases and reductions to life regeneration rate also apply to mana regeneration rate. The motes from Gemling Legionnaire apply a huge amount of life and mana regen, but we can double dip on that effectively, turning the life regen into also mana regen using the Kurgal's Gaze. Keep in mind, you can put this into a cheap helmet and take it out by destroying the helmet with an extractor. The extractor is like half a divine or something, so you can pick up like a helmet for a div or two and then extract like that. Here we have a Shrine Scepter. It doesn't matter which version of purity you have, it's best to get on a purity base though, because when you slot in support gems into the purity, they cost no extra spirit, so you can stack up stuff like clarities for mana regen and whatnot. Most important stats here are going to be just the spirit on it, and a good prefix would be mana, and good suffixes would be mana regeneration rate and intelligence. Next up here, we have our amulet. I crafted this myself, !G amulet in Twitch chat for a clip on how to craft this. Most important stats here are just going to be plus level all spell skills, spirit, and mana. Good suffixes are going to be cast speed, although that matters less than you'd think because we already have tons of cast speed. And then you want to desecrate for quality of all spell skills. Next up, we have our chest here. This is a absolutely crazy chest piece. I crafted this myself, !G body for how to craft this. You do not need something that is this high end. All you need is spirit, energy shield, and res suffixes. Res or int is good. And then afterwards, once you're later on in the build, you can go for a desecration for spirit reservation efficiency of skills. This reduces the cost on our totems, and it is very, very good. It allows us to fit in an extra totem, basically. As for the ring here, the most important stats are going to be mana on a Megnomic ring base. And then you want increase of maximum mana that comes from a perfect essence of the mind, and just anything you get on here, int, res, rarity, anything really, but the most important thing is the mana and the essence. !G ring for how to craft that. We have just a random pair of gloves. I got these things for less than a divine. Energy shield, mana, res, all that good stuff. Later on, we're going to go into a +2 proj pair of gloves. Not quite up yet. For our boots here, we have a pair of boots. These have been fub gunned pretty heavily on the Sekima Sandals base. So what I did was I just went around looking for any pair that had movement speed and mana or a good amount of energy shield, and then okay suffixes, and I just YOLO'd on a Essence of Horror onto these for the socketed effects, and then vowed them. I picked up the bases for like a divine or less a piece, and then by YOLOing it this way, you know, you have to hit the horror on the suffixes and then just vow it for a 1 and 4 for an extra socket. You'll save so much money crafting that way on these bases versus just crafting them from the raw ground up right now. And finally, we have our belt here, which is just a Darkness Enthroned body armor variant. You want to slot in Rune of the Blossom for a lot of spirit, and Fox Idol for quality. As for our jewels here, we just have some jewels with spell damage, lightning damage, crit mods, cast speed, any that's good. I got all these jewels that I have in me for like less a divine, but you can craft really good ones that are big jewels, exclamation mark big jewel, to chat how to craft those with big crit mods and stuff like that would be best, but I just picked these up for really cheap and slapped them in. The most important jewel that we have though is going to be a split personality ruby with the Templar starting point. This makes it so we can path out of the Templar zone instead of Gemling Legionnaire zone. How this works is you need to path down here and get to this jewel socket. Okay, then you can slot in the Templar thing and start from there. Now later on, when you come and have enough points, you connect the nodes over to here, and then you can slot in the jewel over here and then undo all of these nodes, and you're just starting from Templar at that point. Next up, I'll go over our gems. We have Purity of Ice. Again, this can be Purity of Ice, Lightning, or Fire. Keep that in mind. With Warm Blooded, Vitality 2, Clarity 2, Herbalism 2, and Cool Headed. We have our Spell Totem with Arc, Zenith 2, Dominus's Grasp, Urgent Totems 3, and Scion's Temper. You can also slot in Esh's Prowess for single target, along with Vitrania's Propulsion, replacing Scion's Temper in Urgent Totems. We have Frost Bomb with Magnified Area 2, Spell Echo, Spell Cascade, and Potent Exposure. Archmage with Lightning Mastery. Ellie Weakness with Heightened Curse, Mag Area 2, and Efficiency 2. Mana Tempest with Advancing Storm, Lightning Mastery, and Efficiency 2. We have Mana Remnants with Remnant Potency 1 and Harmonic Remnants 2. And then here we just have a Entangle slotted in for Brutality and Armor Demolisher. The only reason we have this in is to balance our Strength and Int support gems, along with the support gems in Power Siphon, just any red support gems, so you have an equal amount of Int and Strength requirement support gems. This balances for Gem Studded, so we have both the 30% less cost and the no crit damage bonus taken against us. As for our weapon set passes, we have Spell Totem set to just set 1, Frost Bomb set to just set 2, Archmage set to both, Elemental Weakness set to set 2, Mana Tempest set to both, Mana Remnants set to both, and Entangle doesn't matter but set to both. Do not forget to lock your weapon scepter by right-clicking on the weapon set here, so it automatically uses both your wand and your scepter in your offhand. As for our Ascendency, we first go to Virtuous Barrier, and then up to Advanced Thaumaturgy, followed by Neurological Implants, and then finally Gem Studded. And the passive tree just comes out here. You know, first we're aiming for the totem placement nodes, coming this way, grabbing crit and damage and totem placement speed. The jewel socket coming up here, getting crit nodes, totem nodes, finally picking up Ancestral Bond, and then exposure nodes, curse nodes, crit and mana, Eldritch Battery. Some prod speed nodes are here for nice for arc targeting. Efficient inscriptions is insanely important, giving 20% reservation efficiency for our totems. And then finally the crit wheel here, and eventually we'll come down and get here. And yeah, our weapon set points. Here is the weapon set 1 points, grabbing all these totem nodes: Barbaric Strength, Supportive Ancestors, Ancestral Reach, Electrifying Nature, Sigil of Lightning, Ancestral Alacrity, Ancestral Conduits, and Pure Power. The weapon set 2 points are Curse and Exposure focused, with Overexposure, Master of Hexes, Lingering Whispers, Decrepifying Curse, and Impending Doom. Next up, I'll go over how to play the character. For mapping, you are just pressing Arc Totem. That is it. You can also press Mana Tempest. Say if you're in a low budget setup doing 200% Delirium, this leaves a huge buff on you for a long time that gives a massive amount of damage as extra lightning. As for single target, you're just going to lay down your totems. Then you're going to Frost Bomb and Curse the boss. and then finally use our Mana Tempest. So that's going to be it for me. If you like this video, please leave it a like. If you want to see more updates to this build or other builds I do in the future, subscribe now. I'm live right now at twitch.tv/pathofky, so stop by for any questions you have and I will answer you. Also leave a comment below or check out the FAQ in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm just going to leave some raw footage at the end here showcasing a full map so you can get an idea if this is something you'd like to play. And yeah, thanks for watching. Oh.
Quick, get after it! Simple enough.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Subscribe now and like the video.